going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Do hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by. Real quickly before we get into the video, if you haven't done so already, if you could click the subscribe button. Also, if you could like the video as well, I'd really appreciate it. Any comments that you want to make, feel free, put them down in the comment section down below. I have a slight sneaking suspicion that I may or may not get some comments on this one, but I just wanted to have a quick conversation with regards to transfers and the propensity of our, Jesus, that's a decent word for me, the propensity of our fan base to get seemingly their knickers in a twist about absolutely everything and to get really upset about, you know, not signing players, deals not being done, and we haven't got players over the line and we've lost loads of players and we're weaker as a team and everything and such like that. I think as well, just at the point of making this video early this morning, Helder is going to Sunderland, and I think a fee in the region of about 2 million is going to be made for that, and already people have lost their collective minds with regards to Helder going. At the end of the day, he's not a first team player. He's nowhere near the first team squad. Wasn't going to be anywhere near the first team squad, and 2 million is a good price for him. Hopefully we get to reinvest it. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously there's a couple of days left. We've got until 11 PM on the 1st, I think it is, to get everything sorted out. I think that's the case anyways. We've got until 11 PM on the 1st to get everything sorted out, but it's interesting to see people's responses and reactions, and it's frustrating from my point of view, because yes, I would love it if we made signings and we put loads of new players in to get everything over the line, but making a January transfer isn't as easy as what everybody seems to think it is. And there are a load of ducks that need to be lined up, for want of a better phrase, before transfers can happen. And what it takes is for players to start to move from here, there and everywhere before then other players start to move as well. You see it all the time in terms of one player moves to another club, so that then the player that's selling that player then goes to another club to get that player. That club that's then being sold up to the other club then goes to look to reinforce that way around. It's a whole chain reaction of things that need to happen for a transfer to take place. Sometimes it's not just as simple as, there's a player, let's go and get him. Now, in the summer, we did a really, really good job under very, very difficult circumstances, and we did very, very good. This transfer window around, it's been quiet, and it was funny yesterday seeing everybody again lose their collective minds over a player that I bet up until the point that it was announced online, they had never heard of before, a Japanese right back that they'd never even heard of before. In fact, the only person that I think even mentioned this right back was Leeds Lately, the Leeds Lately channel. They did a little scouting report on him, I believe, and then lost their collective minds because he decided to pick a Premiership club over us. Number one, we're not in the Premiership. Number two, the wages are going to be better. And number three, he'll have some form of get-out clause, I would have thought, if they get relegated. That'll just be the way it is. Exactly the same as how it was with us. But everybody collectively losing their minds because we haven't got a player that, let's be honest, up until yesterday, nobody had heard of before, which seems to be the way with us. But that's another thing that I find infuriating. And then seeing tweet remarks online saying things like, every other team in and around us has strengthened and we haven't, and we're a joke of a club, and da-da-da, and this, that and the other. The simple fact is, no, they haven't. Every other club around us hasn't strengthened. That's the fact. The total spend so far for the Championship is £5.7 million. That's it. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of money, but it's £5.7 million. It's the same in the Premiership. This January transfer window has been very, very quiet. And the thing that everybody forgets, and forget about parachute payments, forget about all of that kind of stuff, financial fair play is really, really, really coming into effect. and people are very cautious about what they spend money on. You only have to look at Everton, Forest, potentially City coming on as well, because that's going to happen at some point. But people are very, very mindful of financial fair play, and they're not just going to waste money on that. So what I wanted to do, excuse me, window pops, I'm just going to move this way a little bit. So up here, I'm just going to put, and these are accurate as of, I want to say Sunday night. So we know things will change over the next few days, but just to kind of prove a point. So if we go Leicester City first, so in Luke Thomas, end of a loan, so it's not really buying anybody. Out, Alex Smithies, Daniel Iverson, Cesar Cassidi, total spent to date, 0. Total received to date, 0. Leicester City net transfer balance, 0. So they haven't strengthened, and they could potentially be set to lose Dewsbury Hall if the bid comes in for him, and it's enough to make Leicester City stand up and take notice. Then we move to Ipswich. So in Jeremy Samimento, if I pronounce that right, a loan deal from Brighton Hove Albion. Lewis Travis, loan Blackburn Rovers. Kyle Edwards, end of loan Oxford United. Nick Hayes, end of loan Southend United. So 2 of those are loaned players that have come back. So they've got 2 people, and 1 person on loan from Blackburn and the player from Brighton. Let me just see. Out is Tete Yengi, who's gone to Livingston. Kyle Edwards is released, and Freddie Lepardo has gone on loan to Charlton. Again, spent to date, 0. Received to date, 0. Net transfer balance, 0. I think you might be starting to see a little bit of a pattern here. And then we look at Southampton. In, Joe Rothwell, loan from Bournemouth. Out, Jack Bycroft, Kamari Doyle. Southampton total spend to date, 0. Southampton total received to date, 0. Southampton net transfer balance, 0. Hopefully you can see where I'm going with this. So then there's us. In, Sonny Perkins, end of loan. Out, Jed Spence, who was loan and wasn't playing very well. Luke Ayling, we all know why. He wanted the minutes. We couldn't give them to him. Darko Gaby, loan Plymouth Argyle. Barte, loan NK Dons. Again, 0, 0, 0. Like I said, you can see the pattern that is sort of forming here overall out of everybody. You've then got West Brom. Andres Wyman, loan from Bristol City. Out, Jeremy Samarito, Taylor Gardner-Hicknam, and Mo Fay. So they've all, end of loan, gone back to Brighton. Undisclosed fee to Bristol, and I would say that the Wyman is part of that deal. And then loan to Walsall. So again, net spend is all 0 again. And then the last one, Coventry City. They're the only ones that have spent cash when you look at it. Victor Torp, 2.1 million, Sarpsborg. That's it. So their total spend today, 2.1 million. Out, they've had Ayari's gone to end of his loan back to Brighton Hove, and Abiku has gone on loan to Grimsby Town. That's in terms of the top 6, that's everything. The only real outlier to that is Hull City. So Hull City in Billy Sharp, Carvalho, Ryan Woods, Ivor Pandor. So they've all come in. Ryan Woods is an end of loan, so they've had 3 come in. So Carvalho is a loan from Liverpool. That is because he could be guaranteed minutes, and there's a relationship with Hull and Liverpool with players at the moment, so that's worked quite well. Gone out, Harry Wood, Scott Twine, and Andy Smith. So loan Grimsby Town, end of loan back to Burnley, loan Cheltenham Town. And again, their spend is 0 all the way through, but they have bought 4 players in, but it's 3 out. So technically they're at +1 players in terms of what they've actually brought in. And I guess the point that I want to make is that our board don't do transfers and don't do speculation in the public eye. This is what I've learned, or what I've seen so far. They don't do transfers in the public eye. If a deal's going to get done, we'll just hear about it. It will just happen. I'm hoping that we're going to get an additional player in, a right back, maybe somebody that can play right back, left back. I don't know. We still need those two covered positions, a 10 and possibly a number 9 as well, just to help with that push towards the end of the season. But it's just, we always seem to lose our collective minds when it comes to transfer season, and that, oh, everybody else is strengthened and we're a lot weaker, when it's simply not the case. It is not the case. Again, in my opinion, feel free. You can tell me I'm wrong in the comment section down below. Absolutely fine. I know that we're going for a promotion, and I know that that's what we want to do, and I know that that's where we want to be. But we need to be sensible in terms of the money that's spent. Every club has to be now, because if not, it will come back to bite you in the backside, and you could be in the Premiership and a 15-point deduction just comes out of nowhere and you're back to square one. Everything has to be done so carefully now. And like I said, I'm hopeful that there'll be some players to come in, but we don't know, and nobody, I don't care how au fait people are with the club, who they apparently know and who they apparently spend time with, nobody knows what's going on behind the scenes. Nobody knows what deals are being done. We were told at the start of January by Farker that it was probably going to be a quiet January. What else can we do? What else can we say? That's it. Just a little bit of a rant, I guess you could say. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please don't forget to click the like button. Like I said, I'm pretty sure people might not agree with what I'm saying. So if that's the case, put some comments down in the comment section down below. More than welcome to. I'm happy to hear people's opinions on this. That's just my opinion from kind of taking a step back and looking at it and how I feel on it. So yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you for watching the video, I guess. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Take care.